Narok town came to a complete standstill today as DAP-K Party Leader Eugene Wamalwa, together with DCP Leader Rigathi Gachagua, Wiper Leader Kalonzo Musyoka, PLP Leader Martha Karua, DP Leader Justin Muturi, and several other opposition leaders, held a major rally in a powerful show of unity and purpose. Thousands of residents turned up in large numbers to welcome the leaders, filling the town with excitement and anticipation. In his address, the DAP-K leader called the 2027 moment a turning point in Kenya's political journey. He urged Kenyans to come together and use the power of the ballot to bring real change. He condemned the current government for overburdening citizens with heavy taxes, the rising cost of living, and harmful economic policies. He also addressed the sensitive issue of historical land injustices, especially in areas like Narok, saying that these long-standing issues must be resolved with fairness and urgency. Wamalwa assured the people of Narok and the Maa nation at large that the united opposition will deliver a just and people-centered government in 2027, a government that will prioritize land rights and economic dignity for all. He reminded them that the power to change the country's future lies in their hands. Gachagua heads Western opposition tour Thursday, Friday. The tour comes just days after a large political gathering in Narok on Monday. The opposition's growing momentum has seen the team traverse multiple counties in recent weeks. The Western Kenya tour comes just days after a large political gathering in Narok County on June 30th. Former Deputy President and Democracy for the Citizens Party, DCP Leader Rigathi Gachagua, addresses a rally in Narok on June. Opposition leaders led by former Deputy President and DCP Leader Rigathi Gachagua are scheduled to begin a two-day political tour of Western Kenya on Thursday, July 3rd. The tour is part of a growing national campaign aimed at rallying public support and addressing what they term a liberation cause for the country. Gachagua will be joined by key opposition figures, including Wiper Party Leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Democratic Action Party Kenya, DAP-K Leader Eugene Wamalwa, former Attorney General Justin Muturi, and former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i. The tour will take the leaders through several towns in Vihiga and Kakamega counties. On Thursday, the team is expected to hold rallies in Luanda and Mbale in Vihiga County, followed by engagements in Malava, Mumias, and Kakamega Town in Kakamega County. The Western Kenya tour comes just days after a large political gathering in Narok County on June 30th, where Gachagua described the public turnout as a sea of humanity and reaffirmed the opposition's resolve to push for democratic reforms. A sea of humanity in one collective has spoken from Narok on an unstoppable liberation cause of our country Kenya. We have heard your cry like all other Kenyans, Gachagua declared following the Narok tour. There is great hope and light ahead that our nation will be free again. There will be no abductions and anarchy, no extrajudicial killings, and the rule of law shall be respected, he added, signaling continued criticism of the current administration's governance and security record. The opposition's growing momentum has seen the team traverse multiple counties in recent weeks. On June 29th, the leaders held a series of rallies in Laikipia County. That visit followed a three-day campaign in Meru County from June 20th to 22, where they addressed crowds in Rori, Maili Tatu, Lare, Mikinduri, Makatano, Kakoromone, and Maua Town. Earlier on June 15th, the team was in Kiamatugu Market, Gachugu constituency, in Kirinyaga County. The team is expected to conclude their Western tour on Friday, July 4th, with additional meetings and engagements planned with local leaders and civil society groups. Simba Arati changes tune after lashing out at Gachagua, praises him for being brave against Ruto. Kisii Governor Simba Arati recognizes former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's contribution in putting President William Ruto to task. He implied that Gachagua would be instrumental in the mission to unseat Ruto in the next general election. The governor's compliments came just a day after he bashed Gachagua for his style of politics, saying it was not welcome in Kisii. Kisii Governor Simba Arati has seemed to gravitate toward former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua just a day after bashing him. Simba Arati, pictured, had earlier dismissed Rigathi Gachagua, saying Fred Matiang'i is a good fit to challenge President William Ruto in 2027. Photo: Simba Arati. The DCP leader is slated for a tour of Kisii as he traverses the Western Kenya region to advance his campaign against the president. I respect you, Gachagua as our friend, but you must also respect the Gusii community, Arati said. The governor, who is the deputy leader of the ODM party, further declared that the former deputy president would be tolerated in Kisii if only he throws his weight behind former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i in his presidential bid. It is Matiang'i welcoming you, Gachagua, to Kisii, not the other way round. Gachagua disturbed me when he was in office. We welcome Gachagua to Kisii if he only holds Matiang'i's hands, he said. However, a day later, Arati would seem to back down on his earlier scathing sentiments against Gachagua. How Simba Arati warmed up to Gachagua. Speaking on Wednesday, July 2nd, Arati recognized the former deputy president's significance in the quest to remove Ruto from power. He claimed that he was misquoted in his earlier sentiment, saying Gachagua was welcome to Kisii anytime, whilst the governor had earlier declared that Matiang'i would be the sole presidential candidate to be fielded by the Gusii community in 2027. He changed tune again. He said there was no candidate yet, perhaps to seem accommodating to those in the same camp with Matiang'i, who are also eyeing the seat. Arati, in his new tongue, lauded Gachagua for being brave in putting pressure on Ruto, as a huge section of the country disapproves of his regime. Arati, in his new tongue, lauded Gachagua for being brave in putting pressure on Ruto, as a huge section of the country disapproves of his regime owing to unpopular policies and the taxation question, and also calling out the apparent ills in the administration. I was with Gachagua in the 12th Parliament, and he is my friend. I want us to walk as one people, knowing where we are coming from, and where we are headed. He has done a difficult job to make Ruto to listen to people. There are cowards, and Gachagua is not one of them. He should now come to our side. The opposition as is has many principals who have declared to run for the highest office in the land. Wiper Party's Kalonzo Musyoka declared that he would not shelve his bid again in favor of anyone. He only vied once in 2007, and sacrificed it in all the subsequent elections to support ODM leader Raila Odinga. Kenya's Eugene Wamalwa also belongs to the camp and has declared his bid, same as PLP's Martha Karua. While impeached persons in Kenya are excluded from public offices, elective or appointive, Gachagua has also declared his name being on the presidential ballot. He said the court where he challenged his impeachment has yet to conclusively determine the matter, making him eligible according to him. For more videos like this, drop a comment, smash the like button and subscribe for more brain-melting political vibes. It's your galaxy, keep it cool.